Have we talked about before on this channel how I am not a naturally organized person, how I am a by default unorganized, kind of unproductive person by like nature? Have we talked about this? Well, I am. I totally am. And I run an online business. I run a business. I run a successful business, or at least in my definition, it's successful. And I could not run the business I run being naturally lazy and binging Netflix and doing the things I would actually like to do all day long. I actually have to be productive and get things done. So I have found a few productivity hacks to help me get things done quicker, more efficiently, and actually like check the task off my list. So I'm going to share those 5 productivity tips with you today. Hey there, welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're here. I literally love this so much, and I would love you forever if you'll hit subscribe, because I want to know that every single time I'm putting out a video for entrepreneurs to figure out this video and YouTube marketing thing to help them grow a bigger, better business, I want to make sure people are actually seeing it. So if you'll hit subscribe, you'll be my new favorite person. Now, like I mentioned, I literally would sit around all day and watch Netflix if someone left me to my own devices. If I could do anything in the world, it would be huddle up on my couch in my pajamas and watch Netflix for like 5 days straight. No joke. I'm an extrovert in the truest form of the word, but I'm also naturally a lazy person. I'm naturally unorganized as well. But again, I have had to find ways to combat that. I've had to find ways to make that better. I've had to find ways to be productive, or my business would not be at the level it's at now, and I would not be continuing to grow. So even if you're not a naturally unorganized person, even if you're not falling into the same category as me, I want to help you be more productive in your day. So let's get into it. I have 5 ways that are going to help you get more done in your business, in your life, all the things, so that you can grow the business that you want to have. All right, so tip number 1 in this productivity hack bundle is to time block. Now, I do not time block in a way where like 8 to 10 is this thing and 10 to 11 is this thing and 9:15 at night to 12:15 is this thing. I do not do that. That feels too restricting for me, but you can absolutely do that. And I do think it's beneficial if your personality allows you to do that and you don't feel like you're going to rebel against it, which is my problem. But what I do in the time blocking category is I block off days to do certain things. So Mondays are always a work in my business day, always. Like I am like full on in my business. I usually don't even check emails on Mondays. I am a very, very in my business without distractions. Tuesdays are my client call days. So almost always on Tuesdays, I am booked from morning until afternoon with client calls so that I don't have to constantly switch my brain off from one task to another. Wednesdays are generally another content creation or on my business day. These are the days when I film YouTube videos or I schedule lunches to have out with colleagues or friends, or something that will build my business I do on Wednesdays. Thursdays are always podcast days for me. So I record podcast episodes usually from first thing in the morning until early afternoon with my podcast co-host Jacqueline, and we get things done on Thursdays. We have meetings with each other. Those are my podcast days. And then Friday falls in the same category as Monday and Wednesday. It is helping develop more programs in my business. It is developing courses, all of those things. All of those kind of tasks go Monday, Wednesday, Friday for me, keeping Tuesday and Thursday the only days where I am taking calls, which works really, really well for me. So, it might work well for you too. The second productivity hack I have for you is to use the Pomodoro method. Now, I actually don't use this as often as I should. This is something where you'll set a timer for 20 minutes and then you'll take a break for 5 minutes, or you'll set a timer for 30 minutes and take a break for 10. I think there's lots of different iterations of this floating around, but essentially it is a work in a sprint type of situation with taking a break after that sprint. So you are really focusing on one task during the sprint, taking a break, switching to another task. So this can really help you, especially if you're not ready yet to time block off specific days. So this is actually something I did a lot as a web designer. I couldn't go full days without checking my email or without checking in with clients. Like I could not do that because I would have had a really crappy business at that time. Looking back, I probably could have set more structure in place, but at the time I didn't feel like I could. So I used the Pomodoro method a lot. I would set a timer and say, okay, I'm working on this client's project for this long. Take a break. I'm working on this client's project for this long. Take a break, etc., etc., etc. So it's a really good method to use if you're looking for shorter time blocks that you can use within your day. The third thing I have for you today is to turn off distractions. Turn off your cell phone, put it in another room, turn it off completely, turn it on silent, whatever you have to do. Remove apps from your computer, turn off notifications on your computer. All of those kind of things can bog us down. We'll see like, oh, so-and-so released a new YouTube video, which is great. I'm glad you're getting notifications when someone releases a new YouTube video, but it can distract us from the task at hand. Or we'll get a Facebook message on our phone, or a Voxer, or an Instagram DM, or whatever. So I suggest that you turn all of those notifications off and check those things at designated times throughout your day. Now, I actually have all notifications off on my phone. I don't get notifications for anything on my phone. And the reason for that is that I just get too distracted. And on my computer, every single morning, I snooze my notifications. So I do not allow them to pop up throughout the day. So that can be really, really useful for you and help you be more productive because you're not being distracted. Now, if you are someone who is easily distracted by that Facebook newsfeed, because I know you, because I am you, there's a really awesome Chrome extension called Facebook Newsfeed Eradicator, and I'm sure there's 100 others, but this is just the one I use. What it does is when you turn it on and you activate it, it will completely block out your newsfeed and it replaces it with just a quote. It's really fun because when you go to Facebook, sometimes we do have to be on Facebook for our groups, or maybe we're creating Facebook ads or whatever. This plugin or extension in Chrome will block out the entire newsfeed so you're not distracted by that while you're getting the things done you need to get done within Facebook. So that's a fun little tip for you too. Now, the fourth thing that will help you hack the system and be more productive is to actually have a to-do list. What are the odds? Now, if you don't have a to-do list, you can find that you are kind of jumping around from task to task and you're not really focusing on one thing, or you feel like you got to the end of the day and you got nothing done. So have a to-do list. Have things that need to get done that day or that week or whatever, and go through that puppy and check those off. Now, a lot of times we can be really hard on ourselves if we don't get everything done on our to-do list, but 99% of the time you're probably putting too much on there to begin with. So be realistic and have a to-do list. Now, the fifth thing I want you to do to get more done in a day and be more productive is to focus on the tasks that only you can do. If you're constantly in your email inbox, or you're constantly moderating comments in your Facebook group, or answering Facebook messages, or doing things that you don't need to be doing, you're not the person who has to be doing that, it can be very distracting, and it can also lead to being unproductive because you need to be doing the things that you have strengths in. You need to be honing on your zone of genius in your business. You need to be creating the programs. You need to be being the face of your business. You need to be doing all of those things. So if it is something that doesn't have to be a you task, you should pass it off and only focus on the things that you need to focus on, because that will help you be more productive as well. So hopefully you're done watching me and you're ready to go be more productive. That's cool. I'm super excited about that. Now, I want you to make sure you hit subscribe though, because I don't want you to miss any of my other videos, because I want you to have a better business. I want you to grow. I want you to have the business of your dreams, and I want to teach you and help you to do that. So hit subscribe, go be more productive, and I'll see you later. Bye, y'all.